In this video, we're going to be talking micro investing. Hey ladies and gents, my name's Jeff. I'm from Finance Fit, and today we're going to be talking about a micro investing platform by the name of Raiz. Okay, so Raiz is one of three of the main micro investing platforms I will be talking about and doing videos on going into the future. Today will be mostly focused on Raiz though. If you have any questions or queries, please leave us a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers guys. I've added a link to Raiz in the description, and if you go through that link, you'll get $5 as a starter in your bank account. Absolutely no obligation. It's just a free $5 just for starting up with Raiz. Okay, so Raiz has constructed about 7 diverse portfolios with the help of a Nobel Prize winning economist, Dr. Harry Markowitz. So you know that Raiz has gone out and put the greatest minds they could behind these ETFs or behind these diverse portfolios for you guys to invest in. Okay, so each of the 7 portfolios on Raiz consists of the same ETFs. They're just weighted a little different so that you can align which portfolio you want, align that with your risk tolerance. So things like the Australian money market and the Australian corporate bonds are considered to be really, really safe ETFs. So having a portfolio more weighted to the Australian money market and the corporate bonds is probably the way to go if you have a really low risk tolerance. Just make sure that you do your own due diligence and research what these ETFs are and will they suit you in your portfolio. So each of the Raiz portfolios are currently constructed of ETFs that are currently quoted on the ASX. They've more recently opened up a 8th portfolio that incorporates Bitcoin, and to my knowledge it's about 5% weighting in that portfolio. I think that's really exciting because if you don't have the money to go and buy a $40,000 Bitcoin, you can always go and invest your church change, or they call it digital loose change, and you can take that and invest it into Bitcoin and other diverse ETF portfolios through Raiz. Okay, so it's safe to say that we know a fair bit about the Raiz portfolios by now. How do we invest in them? So there are 3 ways to invest in these Raiz portfolios. The first of which is pretty unique to Raiz, and it's pretty unique in general in terms of other micro investing platforms, and it's called rounding up. If I was to explain rounding up to someone at the pub, I'd say order a beer, or say a Great Northern. We all love a Great Northern, don't we? I do. So we order a Great Northern and it's, I don't know, $5.50. Tap my card. Raiz will go, okay, that's $5.50. How about we round up to $6, take that 50 cents and we invest it. Okay, so just like that, you've invested 50 cents off one beer, boom, invested. Obviously, once you've had about 5 or 6 beers, it starts to add up a little bit. In saying that, it might only be very small amounts, minuscule amounts, but over time it builds up. And if you're continually adding extra, which is actually another option, okay, so the other option is also reoccurring deposits. So every payday, you set up your account to say, okay, I want to invest, as little as $5 this week, and I want to do that every week. So every single week, Raiz will take $5 out of your account and invest it automatically for you. Reoccurring deposits are a very powerful way to build up your investment portfolio. Especially as a low income earner, or someone just starting out in the stock market. You're not really sure. Raiz is perfect for you. You don't have to lift a finger. All you have to do is make sure that you're putting money into this account day in and day out, and let compound interest do its work. Let it work its magic. In 10, 20 years, have a look at the account and you will be amazed. Okay, so that's recurring deposits. The third one is lump sums. Okay, lump sums, really self-explanatory. If you want to put $1,000 in the account, you can. You can put $1,000 in there, no brokerage fee. While we're talking about brokerage fees, I might just dive into the fees on Raiz. And some people think they're a little bit steep, but I actually think they're some of the best in the market. I don't think you can beat them anywhere else. They're extremely competitive. Raiz will charge you a monthly fee of $2.50. Okay, and if you think that's expensive, currently I invest with Concept. Okay, and if I want to make one transaction, just purchase a share or multiple shares in a particular company, I have to make a transaction of at least $500, okay, at least. I always invest more than that, but that's besides the point. So at least $500, and to invest that $500, I have to pay compensate brokerage $10, okay, minimum. So already I've surpassed 4 months worth of Raiz investing just off one $500 transaction. Okay, so Raiz are actually extremely competitive, very, very good. And because there's no brokerage with Raiz, you can invest as much as you want. You can invest as little as you want at whatever time you want, and however many times you want. There's no brokerage, so it doesn't dilute your investment. Okay, so the $2.50 will say the account keeping fee for Raiz is only applicable up until you hit the $10,000 mark. Okay, once you hit the $10,000 mark worth of investments in your Raiz portfolio, you go from an account keeping fee to a annual percentage. Okay, so I think it's between 2.5% to 2.9% thereabouts. Yeah, so after you hit $10,000, you go to an annual fee for Raiz's services for them to look after your portfolio for you, which I'm sort of okay with. I mean, it's not that much when you're at the $10,000 mark, but once you start moving higher up into the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 mark, it becomes a large sum of money. And if it were me, I would probably take my money out and put it into a different platform when you start hitting those larger sums. But I do stand by, if you're a beginning investor, low income, don't really know where to start, and you want to put little bits into the market at a time, Raiz is absolutely perfect for you. Okay, so Raiz have also come up with this little incentive, I'd call it, for children. Okay, most of the time when banks or financial institutions, things like once they start targeting kids, just makes the hair stand up on my back. I don't like it too much, but Raiz are not really targeting kids. They're not. They're saying we're gonna have these little savings goals here for you, and we'll name them after your children. And you can allocate a certain percentage of your portfolio to go to your kids, right? So, and once it hits 18, you can either transfer those funds over to them once they've made their own Raiz accounts, right? Because they're 18 now, they can do that. Or you just let it sit there and keep going. It's up to you. It's still your asset, okay? It doesn't go into your child's name or anything like that. It's still your asset, and you control it, okay? So once your kid turns 18, you can choose to give it to them, or if they've been a bit naughty, playing up, you can make them wait till they're 21. I'd say a really good incentive for your kids, and a really good kickstart to their life if you go through with that. What I'm doing is I'm using Raiz to invest for my children, so I have set up those accounts and just allocated 100% to them. And instead of putting money aside for them every week or whatever, I still do that. But I can also have my loose change, my digital loose change, going from my account to theirs. And it's not a large sum, but it starts them investing early, and that's what it's all about with compounding interest. The more time in the market, the better off their returns are going to be in the long run. So once they turn 18, I hope that I've been able to teach them everything that they know about investing and the right ways to go about it, and hopefully they take that money and make the right decision. But I'll let them make that choice when the time comes. So that's what I'll be doing with my Raiz account. Okay, so Raiz have also really added a lot of value to their platform in the form of Raiz rewards. So what they've gone and done is add a list and a database of all these really top-end companies. I'm talking like Dan Murphy's, Liquorland, my type of stores. They've got Coles, they've got Woolies, they've got Nike, they've got Adidas. Actually, I don't know if they have Nike, don't quote me on that one. But they do have Adidas and a couple of other really, really big name brands. And they've set it up so that when you're shopping online, if you just click on their link, so you go through Raiz, what you would normally have bought, just going through the Raiz app. And what they'll do is they'll take a certain percentage of your spend and add it to your investment account, okay? So it's not like a cashback scheme. Well, it kind of is, but it's more in the way of you don't spend anything less, but they take a percentage of your total spend and invest that for you. Okay, so it's free money really. Any way you look at it, it's free money, and it's free investment money. So that's going to be building and building and building going into the future. It's incredible, you can save 10% on one of your shopping trips one day, and in 10 years that shopping trip was free. And you know what, I laugh at that, but it's true, it really is. So yeah, Raiz Rewards, well, what an amazing bit of value they've added to this platform. Incredible. I've added a link to Raiz in the description, and if you go through that link, you'll get $5 as a starter in your bank account. Absolutely no obligation. It's just a free $5 just for starting up with Raiz. Guys, if you found value in my content today, please give us a massive thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions. We always love to hear from you guys and to hear what you think. Let us know what sort of videos you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to get to those in the future. Cheers, guys.